Hey y'all. Hi, I'm Sadie, the original bag lady. Don't get it twisted. You never know what is gonna come out of my bag, right? hmm Um, it's never a dull moment. So, I wanted to tell y'all this story, right? My channel seems to be hidden or flagged or something weird because I have 51 subscribers, hardly no views, hardly no comments, no shares, no likes. Y'all don't like nothing I say, and I don't really believe that. I don't. I believe my channel is tucked, hidden, buried. That's what I believe. So, I made a video a few minutes ago. It was about 30 minutes long. And I posted it. And I went to look for it, and it's not there. Okay. So what I want to tell y'all, right, is a story. Now, I have always liked true crime. Always, right? My son thinks true crime is sick, and he thinks people who watch that stuff is sick. He thinks the whole murder thing and all of that is just sick. Well, here's my thing. Even though I know that those stories are going to end up horrible and what the end result is going to be, that's not why I am interested. I'm more of a people watcher, a people studier, circumstances. What makes people tick? Why do people do the things they do? Why do people murder? And murder intentionally. And then brutally. And then heinously. All that stuff. You know what I mean? 2 times. Is that 2 times? Okay, I won 2 times on that one. 31, 29, 33, 12. Play them numbers, y'all. I'm not a gambler. I don't even scratch tickets. I just did this. So I win 2 times. I win 2 times what? The money. Oh, 2 times with a fucking dollar, I bet. 5. So I win 2 times 5. That's 10. Whatever. One day I'm gonna hit you. One day I'm gonna hit that million. I know 2 people personally that hit $1 million. But no, seriously. I had posted a video and the video is not there. I think it's the stuff I be talking about though, because sometimes I get kind of raw. What I want to talk to y'all about right now, right, is a story. You can't see me. You can see me okay. Anyway, I was watching one of these stories the other day, right? I cut into this new cat. And he's telling his true crime stories. What I found out is that in 1976, that would have made me 11 years old, this black girl named Lita, her father was a very, 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 very fair-skinned man, what we call light-skinned, very light-skinned. He almost looked white, honestly. He could have passed if he was living in today's times. Because, back then, if you had 1 drop of black blood in you, that made you black. However, the mother was brown-skinned, nice-looking, very well-spoken. I don't know really what they did for a living. Not really. But their daughter, they sent their daughter did well. I mean, they were upper echelon of black folk in Georgia. The affluent, the wealthy. They had their cotillions and their balls and their coming outs and The stuff rich people do. You know, well, there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. Y'all know that, right? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, because wealth is different. So she graduates high school. She goes to Spelman. Yeah. And she does what she does there, you know. And I guess she's about 23, 24 years old. And she meets this white man. She meets this white man from Boston. Now, they called it the South Side of Boston. There is no South Side of Boston. There is the South End of Boston, where I'm from. 3 generations. And then there is South Boston. And that's where you better not take your black ass. I mean, it's a little bit better now, 2025. I mean, a little bit. But you don't want to be there. You still don't want to be there. And like I was saying, people don't really know this, but New England is probably more racist than the Deep South. True story. Nevertheless, she meets this white man from South Boston. And he is about 20 years older than her. She falls for this man. Her parents were heartsick. Livid. Heartsick. I don't think the parents went to the wedding. Parents said, please don't do this, baby. She did it anyway. Well, and that said to me something too, because if you come from affluence in the upper echelons of Georgia and you're at cotillions and balls and coming outs and so on and so forth, there had to be brothers around, right? So you went to Spelman, 1976. This man was so pink and ugly with no lips, right, that you couldn't even black wife affect him. Seriously, he was gross. So he didn't have no money, right? Usually when you come from South Boston, you don't really have no money anyway, right? The Wahlburgers come from over there. You know. So anyway, just to give you context, that's how the netizens be saying it, or the YouTubers, the netizens, just to give you context. So she went on and married him. Well, he had an uncle that left him a spirits dispensary, as in wine and spirits dispensary, and overnight brother becomes a millionaire. His wife has a $150 a week allowance. She took one of her girlfriends out, her friend girls out to dinner. And she didn't have the money to pay for the bill. The girlfriend had to pay for the bill. So she's telling her husband, John, you're not giving me enough money to take care of the house. Take care of myself. John made her sign a prenup. Well, she wasn't feeling it, but she signed it. They stayed together about 10 years. No children. About 10 years into the marriage, he meets him another woman. And she is either Filipino, Korean, a Filipino or Korean. I think Korean. And she was one of the darker skinned, pretty women, young. Well, he was hanging out with her. And that was his new boo thing. So he moved her to a neighborhood in Georgia where she wasn't welcome. They was throwing garbage on the lawn and just really treating her like they did not want her there. And she was lonely and isolated. But she stuck it out. That was a sacrifice she decided to make. He moved her from Georgia to Florida again to an area where she was not wanted in the worst way. And he was trying to cut into wealth and the wealthy. And they was like, we can't let you do this with that booger bear at your house. I don't know if that's what they called it, but I can only imagine the things they say when they act like that, right? So you can't bring her. She's not welcome at the what's it called, the club, the country club. She can't come. Ain't no tennis for her. Okay. And this biracial thing y'all got going on in the 70s and on into the 60s. So I guess it had to be about what, 1985 or 6 or something like that. And he leaves. No, first she left, and he called her back and said, I will increase your allowance to $300. She went back. Well, he no longer wanted her around after he met. I think the Korean girl's name was Suki. And yeah, he didn't want her anymore. So he's with Suki now. And he's happy. So he plans to take Lita out. So he hired some bums and goofies to go get Lita. So they bang, 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 bang on Lita's door. They banged on her door so hard she thought it was the police. She don't open the door. Now, one of the hitmen girlfriend, unbeknownst to the girlfriend, say, don't you know if you want a woman to come to the door, you bring flowers? They go back with long stem roses. Lita girlfriend was over there with her little baby, a little toddler, a little 3-year-old baby girl. Lita girlfriend name was Poppy. Her mama named her Poppy, y'all. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But Poppy was there with her little baby girl. Lita hears the doorbell. Ding dong. If I had some sound effects, I'd have did that. I'd have said ding dong. But anyway, because it's not funny. Lita opens the door. Good morning. Bop, bop. She gets hit in the head. Just like that. Lita is no more. You know how long it took them to send that white man to jail for killing that girl? Unalive and I don't want to talk like that because I think it's stupid. And even though I know America is an illusion, up until this point we have had a constitution. And in it, one of them is freedom of speech. So I don't get how a YouTube channel or station or whatever that thing is, an app or whatever it is, can now come and tell you, right, that you can't speak the one and only language that we have been taught to speak in America. Because we're not talking to children. I'm not talking to babies. I'm talking to adults. And I don't want to talk like I'm stupid, retarded, or goofy, or try to dumb down a word. That doesn't make sense to me, and I don't want to do it. So, whatever. I'm just saying, people. It took them so long to indict that man and send that man to jail. See, I don't struggle with Stockholm syndrome. I'm not in love with my oppressor. It bothers me too. The things that I hold in my heart for certain people bother me because I don't think it's of God. I don't think God likes it. I don't. And I really want to do what's pleasing to God, ultimately. when it's all said and done, I do. I want to do what's pleasing to the Lord. I love the Lord. But I'm human. And I am brokenhearted by the way black people are treated all over the world, and particularly America. No, all over the world. America, because I was born in this fake-ass country. Because there is no American dream. So that's what they did. That's what John from South Boston did with pretty Lita, an affluent black American woman from Georgia, who in 1976 was 23 or 4 years old and married him against her family's wishes. And 10 years later, she ceased to exist. And I'm not really sure how long it took them to lock him up, but he lived his whole life. Like, he went to jail at like 70-something years old. He was 20 years older than her anyway. I don't understand that about older men, right? Why they take young women. I know why they take young women, but I don't understand why they take young women and abuse them or do them bad or treat them bad or anything like that. I don't understand that, you know? I don't know. I didn't like older men growing up. I never liked older men. I liked men my age. I didn't want no old men. Shit, I turned 60 years old May 10th, and I still don't want no old man. But I don't like young men either. You know what I mean? I don't want a baby. You know what I mean? My son's 40. I don't want a 40-year-old man, you know? I don't want a man. But anyway, all I got to do is go back in my mind and reminisce and remember. I don't really got to do that shit in real life no more. So, Sadie, the original bag lady. And what I think I'm going to do is start telling y'all true crime. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Come back. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I want to grow my channel. I just don't know what I'm doing. And it's okay. I don't have to know what I'm doing. I'll learn as I go. But if you want to just talk or hear me talk, like my cousin said, cousin, do it for your own therapy, girl. Sadie, the original bag lady. Don't get it twisted. You never know what I got coming out my bag. Because I tie-dyed with my grandsons this weekend. Today's Sunday. We tie-dyed yesterday. That's on my other channel, though. Peace.